Hello everybody, it's Bendominator, and today I'm going to be talking about why I think live events are way better than what we got for the Zero Crisis Finale event during this season of Fortnite. Before we get into the video, if you guys enjoy the content, be sure to leave a thumbs up, subscribe if you are new, and if you really want to support me, you can use my supporter creator code BenDominator #ad in the item shop. Let's go ahead and get right into the video. So yeah, do I think that live events are way better than what we got for the Zero Crisis Finale? Because if you're unfamiliar, there's a difference between what we got during live events and what we got during this season with Zero Crisis. Zero Crisis was a completely single player experience, and it was an LTM you could load up at any time during the first 2 weeks of the season. While a live event, you go in with a ton of other players and you all experience it once at the same exact time. And I personally prefer the live event experience way more than the non-live event experience. And there are a few reasons why. I find that being a part of a live event is far more exciting than being a part of the non-live event. I feel way more excited going into any live event than I did going into the non-live event for season 6, and I just always am excited. It's super fun to just load in to the game mode right as it goes live in the match, waiting as you see the timer count down. And that's another thing, the whole countdown timer that always happens. It's just really exciting. It is way more effective at building up hype in my opinion. And you always know that something crazy is going to happen, and it's just really cool. You're sitting there with a bunch of other players waiting for this timer to go down, and you have no idea what's about to happen. Contrary to a non-live event, it's exciting for sure, but it's not nearly as exciting because you load into the game, you're immediately given a cutscene, and then you are thrown into this event where, yeah, anything could happen, but you're all there by yourself. And it just doesn't feel as exciting to me. It kind of feels more like it's Save the World mission. It doesn't feel like this crazy technical marvel. Because with live events, they have all these players here, everything is happening in real time, and you only get to experience it once. With the non-live event, you can do it at any time, you can experience it multiple times. It's not something that has to happen live, it's not like a performance. It's like if you were to watch a concert on YouTube after it happened, instead of actually going to the concert. You don't get the feeling of it being live and like happening right now and you experiencing it along with a ton of other players. And I feel like that just makes it way less interesting. But there is a benefit to all this, and that's that there are players who often aren't able to make it to these live events, or they miss these live events for certain reasons. And something good about the Zero Crisis Finale is as long as you boot up the game for the first time during the season, you are always going to see this event. But that also causes another problem. Multiple times this season I've invited a friend to play Fortnite with me, and they don't really play it as much as I do or a lot of my other friends do, but they're still happy to play from time to time. And they load into this season for the first time, and they are greeted with this giant cutscene and event that they're forced to sit through, and they just don't care because not everybody cares about the storyline. I know it's crazy, especially to you and me who probably care very deeply about the Fortnite storyline. At least we care a little bit or enough to get excited about these events. But a lot of people just don't care. A lot of people just play Fortnite from time to time for the fun of it. And you can feel the frustration when they just want to play a game with Fortnite and they have to sit through this cutscene. Now luckily you can leave the match once you get into the actual event, but the cutscene is like 5 minutes long. So anytime one of my friends boots up the season for the first time, they have to sit through this 5-minute cutscene that they probably don't care about. With the live event, you have the choice to just skip it. You have the choice to just not attend the live event if you're not interested. Now, they can easily fix this by just making the cutscene skippable, but either way, you're still being thrown into this live event, and it just feels weird. And another problem I have with this is the spacing. Normally with a live event, you get the live event like a week or a few days before the new season starts. But with the Zero Crisis event, you play it at the very start of the season. So as the season starts, it's the first thing that you play. It's the first impression of the season that you get. And honestly, I feel like that's kind of a downside. I kind of prefer it when you have this really cool event that kind of is linked to the previous season. So say you're playing in Season 2 and you're watching the device event and you're still in Season 2, and then you get that hype period for a few days as you're anticipating for the next season, which in that case was Season 3. It just makes it a lot more fluid. It kind of helps hype you up for the next season even more. I much prefer it when there's a live event and then a bit of breathing room and then the season, instead of having the live event and the season on the same day, because I feel like that was kind of a lot for one day, and I feel like it would have been better if we got the Zero Crisis as a live event, and then we had to wait to see what would happen next and wait to see what the map would look like in the new season. Because I feel like these live events, they hint to what the next season's going to be about, but they don't completely spoil it. And I feel like if we had that Zero Crisis a few days or a week before the new season, Season 6 would have been a lot more hyped up. Because at the time of Season 6 releasing, we really had no idea what it was going to be about, so it was a bit hard to get super hyped about it. I mean, I'm always going to be really hyped for a new season of Fortnite because it's a new season of Fortnite, but I feel like I get more hyped when I at least have a little bit of a hint as to what it can be about, and I get a chance to at least speculate a little bit. If we had the Zero Crisis finale event a few days before the new season, I think it would have been a lot more fun to be like, oh my god, there's wolves in this, how is that gonna work? There's animals in this. Oh, look at these brand new biomes. What's going on here? But you don't get the full picture, right? You only get a little bit of the picture. Oh, there's this giant spire thing, but you don't actually get to play the map. And maybe it would spoil a bit too much, but with a bit of tweaking, maybe it wouldn't have done that as much. But I get it, the event was kind of built to be right before the season was starting. So you play it and then you get right into the season. But I just prefer it when a live event is a few days before the season, so that you can really speculate on what the next season is going to be. And you get these little hints to be like, how is this going to lead into the next season? What is going to be the outcome of this live event? It just makes it a lot more interesting. It makes the hype period for a new season a lot more fun, in my opinion. And yeah, that kind of brings me to the main question of this video. Is Fortnite gonna actually abandon live events for this new non-live event format? And my answer to that question is, I hope not, because I really like live events and it would be a shame to see them go, because I feel like live events are just way more superior to the non-live event, at least from the first one that we've gotten. And maybe they'll do another non-live event and it'll completely change my mind and blow me away, but I feel like no matter how crazy it is, it's just not going to impress me nearly as much as a normal live event would. Because when you're watching a non-live event, it's pretty easy to be like, yeah, well, I mean, they could do this with any video game. This isn't special to any video game. Video games have had cutscenes like this before. It's nothing crazy. But with a live event, you really feel like it's some kind of technical masterpiece in that you're watching these things live and unfold, and it's like a performance. You're watching this thing happen live and it feels a lot grander. And I just didn't get that much excitement from the Zero Crisis finale. I think it was a really, really cool thing, but it just didn't excite me very much. It didn't really make me think. It didn't really make me want to watch it again and again and again, and it didn't really make me feel excited about the season. If anything, I was excited about the season once I actually got to play it. The Zero Crisis finale was cool, but it kind of just made me a bit confused. But of course that didn't last long because I started playing the season and I immediately was having a ton of fun with it. But I don't know, I just really like the live event format a lot better. I can't imagine Fortnite's going to abandon live events. I mean, live events are crazy for their game. They get so many players on their game. And like the Galactus event, I'm pretty sure had like the max amount of players that we've ever seen in Fortnite hop on the game at a single time. It seems that every single live event tops itself and tops itself. And it's just crazy to think that maybe one day we won't have live events. But I really do hope that we don't lose out on live events, and I feel like that they will continue. But I don't know if they'll continue again this season, because it seems that Fortnite's trying to tell a very, very grand story here. And I think the reason they did the non-live event is because possibly it wasn't possible to make that event happen in real time. And with the story they want to tell, they can't really tell it in live event format anymore. They have to tell it in this non-live event format for it to actually work. But I hope they actually find a way to make it happen through live events, because I think that's what makes Fortnite unique No other game has been able to do live events like Fortnite has. And I really just hope Fortnite doesn't stop doing live events, because I think that they bring a lot more hype to the game than what they did for Zero Crisis. But anyway guys, that's about going to do it for this video. If you guys like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you are new, because I make videos like this all the time. You can also use my supporter credit code Bendominator in the item shop #ad. And you could join my Discord or follow me on Twitter. Both links are in the description below. Have a great rest of your day. I'll see you guys in the next video, and goodbye.